everybody. Today we have been reading our goals that we can describe in depth events in a story and drawing on specific details. So, today we are going to be looking at story parts of a story or story elements. So, I want you on this slide to type everything that you know about story elements, maybe some words you've learned in the past. What are the parts of a story? Um, you can time yourself for a minute if you would like, but this is what you're going to be working on right now. Whenever you're finished with that, then go to the next slide. So, we're going to be talking about a story mountain today. Every story is like a mountain or like a roller coaster. There's a beginning section. In the beginning, there's background. It includes the names of the characters, the setting. It tells the story, gives you information about what you're going to read in the story. And then we have the rising action. This includes events leading up to the main problem or the conflict in the story. The climax, this is when the problem reaches a high point. What is the big problem? The falling action, this is when the characters work to solve the problem or conflict. And then the resolution is when this problem gets solved or how the story ends up. So, today we are going to be looking at focusing on the background, climax, and resolution for Hatchet Chapter 1. This is the model that I did for you. So, at the beginning of the story, we find out that Brian is on a small plane. Brian is our main character, and he's in a plane with a pilot. They're flying to Canada, so that's the setting. And he's visiting his dad for the summer, so it's summertime. And then we know the big problem in chapter 1 that happens is the pilot has a heart attack and he's no longer able to fly the plane. And then how the chapter ends is Brian realizes that he's alone in the plane. So, on your own today, I would like for you to listen to Hatchet Chapter 6 using this link here. After you listen to this link to this chapter, you are going to go ahead and complete the background, climax, and resolution for Hatchet Chapter 6. How does it start off in the beginning? What is a big problem in this chapter? And how does the chapter end? Then we're going to talk about the rising and falling action. So, in the rising action, it's events that lead up to the big problem. And the falling action is events after the problem and how before this chapter ends. So, for chapter 1, the events that happen in between Brian being on the plane and Brian having a heart attack, I said that the pilot lets Brian fly the plane. That was one event that led up to the problem, the climax. Um, and then the falling action was that Brian realizes he's having a heart attack and he is frozen in fear. So the resolution is Brian realizes he is alone in the plane. So now, guys, this is what I have for the rising and the falling action today. After you are finished filling in your background and climax information, you are going to write a summary. You can choose which summary you would like to write for chapter 6. What is this? Who's a somebody wanted, but so then, and make sure that it's just for chapter 6 today. If you have questions or need help, please hop on Zoom.